Hello everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. Okay, so today I wanted to go over some of the more historical stuff for everybody that's new over, let's say, the last year, 2 years that may have never seen these tools and services that I'm using to capture data for both stock and forex data. Now, a very important thing that I want to mention here is I'm back on Windows. I'm not proud to say this, but Windows 10 I haven't looked at in about 6 months. Seems to be much improved, much more stable, just behaves a lot better. I still don't trust it, still wouldn't do a lot of programming on it. But the only reason I'm using it is because of this service here, IQFeed. Okay. The only reason I'm using it is for just the convenience that it provides and the amount of money or little amount of money that you spend on capturing data for both stock, specifically US, and global forex data provided through them, FXCM. So what you're looking at right now is if you do a search for IQFeed forex symbols, you'll come across this. These are all the possible symbols that you can get on IQFeed, both historical and real time. Now, that's that. For those that may not know, I've got a pretty extensive set of playlists you can find on my channel at Quant Labs that will really help you out. The service, the tools, they're still working.
Hey there, how's your trading going? Let me show you some algo financial market analysis that
check out. Obviously, the first one is IQFeed because that is our data source for right here, IQFeed. So you may want to check out that playlist. Another playlist that you may want to check out is hang on here, no Q. Okay, that's fine. The other playlist I want you to find is XLQ. I'm going to show you this in a minute. I guess I don't have it. Everything should be okay. So it's under here. 13 videos. Tools that include IQFeed Level 2. You can interface it with MATLAB. XLQ. I'm going to show you that in a minute. I'm also going to show you the QCollector as well. This tool, XLQ for Excel, is a commercial product, and QCollector is a commercial product with IQFeed. So the one we're going to work with first is QCollector for DTN, because DTN, as confusing it may look, is owned. IQFeed is owned by DTN, which is also then owned by Schneider Electronic. So when you go up and buy QCollector, you want to make sure you get this exact product, QCollector Expert for DTN. There's another one for eSignal, but DTN is what you want, which will give you the IQFeed. Okay, so you do remember I'm showing you all of the potential forex symbols here, and there's virtually all of them out there. I mean, it's crazy. All right. And it's pretty good. Now, I've looked at a lot of free services for historical data with forex. First of all, a lot of it's garbage, and there's two reasons for it: gaps, and the convenience of pulling it all together is just not worth the time or effort. Secondly, even though if you do get a source like, I don't know, Dukas Copy, Oanda, or another broker, it's just a pain in the ass to deal with and comply with and blah, 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 blah. Here, you just join IQFeed. You don't need the API license, as far as I know, with QCollector, because it's a third-party utility that will connect into your IQFeed feed. As you can see here, you can control the feed by stopping the feed, blah, blah, blah. There's all the client info there too. So I'm going to show you a quick way to download our So in my case, I'm just going to randomly pick this one. Okay, so let's do that. So if you come under here, when you create a portfolio, you just go new, minute, bar, weekly, so on. Okay, so obviously I'm going to put in my symbol. Oops. Just give me a second here. All right, so there we go. Now we have our bar interval. We want, let's say, daily. We could start from 2015, 01, 01 to the current, and go OK. So here is our new symbol that we can now download. If we go collect, selected symbol, you can see here how fast it is with that symbol. So now if I go into to look for that data folder where that file gets created, we have here now a file of Euro Canadian FXCM D for data or daily, which is a text file. So in my case, if I load up the WordPad, here's all the data. Now, what's really important for me is what I want is the timestamp or the date, open, high, low, close, and volume. That's it. Very simple stuff. And the nice thing is I could set up 3 separate symbols here. As you can see, I've got a daily. In this case, I've got now Euro New Zealand for monthly, Euro New Zealand for daily, but I'm going to add another one for weekly. Okay, Euro New Zealand FXCM. So we want weekly, same thing, 2015. And that's it, and we want weekly. So now we have 3 files. I guess I didn't collect it yet. Okay, so we have here 84 records, and as I said, I can easily go to that folder, check out that file, and there we go. I can easily download that or import it into Excel. It is tab delimited, but you do have full control through the options to tab it with by delimited by comma, tab, whatever you want. In this case, it's just by tab. All right, so that's cool. Now, this is all historical. You don't get this with Interactive Brokers as a data source. Now, to do this sort of the same service with other brokers, I don't know if it's as reliable, but it is coming from FXCM. Now, IQFeed do provide another option where you can use 10-4, where it'll give you another 40 sources of forex data. It's very powerful. Obviously, you got to pay extra for these options, but they're fairly affordable for what you're getting. Now, let me just show you something here. I'm going to do a new, create a new symbol. Okay, Euro Canadian, but this time, this is where you get exciting. You do minute, data as well. Okay, now the thing is, I can go back, oh God, let's say, I don't know, should I go 8 years? No, let's see if it goes back at least to 2009. So we're going back 7 years, and that's 1 minute data. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so we have 1 minute data right here, collect it. You see how fast it is. So in that case, let's see if there is a file updated here. I guess for some reason it did. So you got weekly, daily, monthly, and see if it will collect. Now, in the meantime, let's see. Here, you can do real-time updates. So if I add that I'm going to update every second, I guess. Okay, so it'll update every second. I am going to add, let's see, can't remember how I do it. Let's say, okay, I'm going to run it, I think. Well, let me just check how our history is doing. Okay, it looks like it did create the file because it's 100%. So let's go back into our folder here. And there's our folder. You can see it's 135,000K or 135K, big file. Now, let me try to do it this way. I am going to open this file. Open, browse to the folder. Nope. Okay. Just give me a second here. Okay. So I'm going to open this. See how Excel handles it. Shit. No, we don't want that. Let's open it. Let's see what happens here. Okay, read only. Okay. Yes. Finish. It's a big file. See if Excel can open it. But you can see it still generates it with the power of the euro, Canadian dollar, being able to go back to, what was the date? 2009, February. Sorry, yeah, right here. So we start at 7/31/2009. Let's see how Excel did that. Yeah, it bombed. Oh no, it actually loaded it in, no problem. So there you go. It can only load in so much. But 100, is that over 1 million rows it looks like, so that's all it could do. And that went as far back as 2012. Fine. Now, so you could build out very big databases with that kind of ability. Very powerful. Can't load that in WordPad either. Okay, that's fine. All right, but you know that it's very possible to do that, to go back 9 years we went with QCollector. Yeah, so that went back 7 years, folks, on 1 minute data. To generate that kind of data and buy it through a third party would cost you thousands of dollars. All right, so yeah, see, it just has the last 400 displayed here. That's fine. Okay, so we know we can do historical 1 minute data, very, very detailed, going back 9 years. In my case, I just want to go back 1 year. That's all I care about, to be honest. So being able to push that into a database is great, specifically around Redis, NoSQL, or Mongo, or even whatever you want to use, because you have the flat files. Okay, that's cool. And I'm not going to get into this. I think I've shown this before in another video, so check them out. It can be done though. I've played with it. All right, let me show you the other tool here. It's called XLQ. Now, this little guy here is XLQ. Okay, so let me just show you the stock manager. This is only good for a US stock because I'm not sure if this has been built out yet, because from what I understand, IQFeed has added the UK market now as well. So that's cool because the only two markets I'm going to really trade at least on the micro level, specifically around equity, is US and UK. So that's what I'm looking at. All right, so this is the XLQ. So if I go under IQFeed historical, I have here the time is 5:45. So our last update, let me just do a refresh here. So if I do a refresh, I get the latest data here on these symbols, Apple, or here Amazon, which you just added, 1657, connection's okay, and here's the latest price. Or no, it's just telling me the connection's okay. All right, so that's cool. Not sure what other things you can do. All right, but everything's in the power of the Excel. Right, so here's our Excel. Okay, up here you'll find Apple, and I put in the data feed or data source is IQFeed. So here I'm gonna just try somebody else. Let's stick with Amazon, let's say. Amazon, and you can see it updates everything. So here we get all our standard technical indicators: open, high, low, 52-week low, market cap, blah blah blah, price book ratio, EBITDA, blah blah blah. And as far as I know, it's rendered here under column E. But here's where it gets interesting. That is only specific for IQFeed. Okay, you can't get this source through other means, meaning through Yahoo or MSN or Google, the free resources. The only ones you can get these metrics from is if you have a paid account with IQFeed. So for instance, what we have is we have VWAP, bid-ask change, volatility. This is a really good one right here. This is that's coming right from the data source, so I don't need to go crazy and try to figure out what the volatility is on that symbol for that stock. And of course we get the weekly high, low, all that. Further, we can get, if you really wanted, you really needed to get all the different split, tick ID, if you really need all that. Once again, here we have some, I believe some option data. Yeah, so here, this is really good. Now, if I was had an interactive brokers quote, you could get here, I could get options call open interest and the option information, which is very useful. As you can imagine, this would be very useful for my case, symbols for futures, or I should say commodities on options. And further we go with bid ask, all that stuff. It's pretty detailed. Bollinger info. Now this is all technical indicator stuff, I guess. Okay, let's take a look at some worksheets here. Again, this is historical. So here we get some stochastic information, which is really, really useful because we can get standard deviation. Let me just see if this is compatible. Oh, this is just using IQFeed. So these ones here that I'm showing you in blue are what Excel keeps for. So it's using the data, even though if it's from Yahoo for free, you can still use this calculator info to calculate all these technical info for your uses, which is very useful, obviously. Okay. Let's play with one. Because we have here, okay, so we're using, what's our data source? Okay, so these are all Yahoo. Okay, so let me see if I can do this. If I go into Yahoo Finance, I want to do some so I'm going to do Yahoo Finance USD Canadian. Okay, let's get a symbol here. So this is a symbol we want. In this case, we are going to call. All right, so we will. Yeah, let's change this. See what would happen if we go USD Canadian equals forex. Okay. See, yeah, it's saying not available. A lot of these are of no use. Too bad. Okay. Let's try another one. I'm sure it worked for ETFs and stuff, but let's go on to more worksheets here. Now, this is like a little stock ticker info. Here you're getting info, open, high, low, close, change, blah, 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 blah. All historical as well. And this one is for Intel. Let's try for kicks, try to change it to Apple. So there's all the Apple. So here is our August 1st. And so it is updated. Pretty useful if you are in the stocks. Okay, this one I really like a lot, actually. If you follow me on my equity arbitrage pair, imagine looking for hot sectors. This alone right here, one foul swoop, gives you the intraday percentage changes for your major sectors. So obviously today was a down day. Energy, gold, food, pharmaceutical, natural resources. So you can clearly see who the defensives are in this worksheet. Okay, cool. This is the other one that I want to show. I'm not sure. So this is the latest date here, January 1st. I can't remember how to update our let me just see how to update the Excel. Okay, just give me a second here. I know there used to be a hotkey for it. Okay, so here is hopefully Shift F9. Okay, let's try that. Shift F9. Alright. Not sure if that's been automatically. Oh, yeah, it has been. Here we have August 2nd. And our time has been last updated at, so we have 5:15 here for the NASDAQ composite. All right, so that works cool. Now, here's the intraday. So with the Shift F9, let's see if that gets updated. Yeah, it did. So our last set of data here is so these are our last data points. Here's a timestamp right here. with the bid ask, all that funky stuff. It's very useful, as you can see. Currency, this is using Yahoo. I don't think we really need to worry about that with IQFeed and QCollector as much. Some of these are some of the you could have like a trend with an embedded chart. Trying to update this. Oh well, life goes on. Stock chart. Here's some technical stuff. Let's try this. No. Okay, let's give this a whirl. There you go, Apple. Alright, okay, so here is me. Interesting, it did update it. But you get some technical info. You can download all this stuff on their website. You get RSI, calculations. Let's see, Microsoft. Let's do IQFeed. God, we're paying for it. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. Awesome. Now, yeah, okay, so this is our last date. Average EMA, MACD. Wow, very nice. SMA. Very nice, very nice. Okay, so chart, enter date. Let's do Yahoo IQFeed again. Does anything? IQFeed, no date. Okay, I'm not sure the format. Oh, I see. So we want, as an example, let's say 2016 8/2. I'm not sure what's happening to the rest of these guys. Okay, let me try. I think that's in. Oh, yeah, chart series in the past. Okay, let me just go back 1 year. Let's see what happens here. There you go. So it's going back. Oh, I see, 1 year. It's going back one year worth of data. Pretty cool. So you get some high-low close, MACD, charting, and all that. Okay, so that is for the convenience of coding. To be honest, if you're really looking for historical data, I find this is the best combination using QCollector with IQFeed, and also combining that with the XLQ is quite useful. And honestly, for what you pay, maybe 100 and maybe 50 a month, but they do have a pricing menu here, IQFeed. So let's see if we can do a menu. Oh, they have a menu here. Okay, for traders, fees. Okay, so this is cool. If you just want the basic forex, you only pay $30. That's a steal for what I just showed you. And also using what I showed you with these pairs here, that's very powerful and very cheap. Okay, let's continue along. Okay, so if you want to have the core service, which is US equity, I think between that and that, $100. Damn, son, that's really cheap for what you get. Level 2, they really dropped it to make it. I think they dropped it, make it a lot more competitive. I gotta tell you, that's very good. And obviously you have here more data for futures. If you want to go with, obviously you're non-professional, you don't get killed on the exchange fees. You can see here non-professionals, $24 versus $71. As long as you're losing money at trading, I think you would definitely be considered a non-professional. Wah, wah. We can see here all the exchange fees for all the futures. Pretty cool. But you know how they work it. They purposely set it up where you want oil, well, then you got to go with this $50 one, and if you want gold, you need to pay another $50 for that one. But overall, I hope you like this tour of the updated tour of the tools that I use. XLQ, using QCollector, and of course IQFeed itself. Now, the cool thing is, because you have the data, as in here, you can easily push those into a database of your choice. So there you got it. I hope you like that, and I highly recommend it at all. I have no real affiliation with any of these companies other than IQFeed helping me out with the data source. Other than that, I would recommend you go for it. Actually, they may have a discount if you are interested in IQFeed. Quant Labs. Maybe they pulled it. I don't know. There we go. Nope. IQ. So if you go do an IQ feed, you'll get some kind of discount. I can't remember. But they'll take care of you. They're really good guys and gals, of course. So there you go. That's what I'm going to be using for my system. It looks like combined with, I should talk about Interactive Brokers, shouldn't I? Interactive Brokers is good for real time, but when you want to use them for historical, this is what happens. I think there's historical data limitations. This is pretty sad what they've got. They're really milking it, and I'm not a fan of it. So I have no idea, but they have these things called boosters or something, and based upon your equity fee or your commission that you've pumped through Interactive Brokers, you get more booster packages, and depending upon how far back you want to go, I'm sure it's going to run you quite a bit of money, as opposed to just bite the bullet and probably go with something like IQFeed. Save you a ton of time, but let alone, as I said, to run this kind of data for 1 minute, starting at 2009, 1 minute data, that to buy from a third party would cost you a lot of money, thousands of dollars for sure. But again, you can generate it with a service using something like QCollector, and you can see how fast it created it. It's big, and you can generate a ton of data. Man, I'm really happy that everything worked out the way I did. I verified it today for August 2nd, 2016. So it's still valid with what I have. Again, you want to know more, just go into my YouTube channel, look for the IQFeed playlist. Okay, hopefully you enjoyed that, and I'll maybe talk to you later. Of course you will, because I've got more videos to do. Oops. Okay.